Welcome to a cloudy day in Empyrion Galactic Survival. Now, my original plan for this video was to start work on my CV, but somebody actually posted a comment saying that the dart isn't really adequate for what I want to do, and maybe I should consider rebuilding it. And the more I thought about it, I thought, well, why not? One, I do need a decent SV to be able to get out and explore a bit more and gather resources. Also, it's going to be an interesting challenge, so I'm going to start with an apology that this video may consist of lots of false starts, huffing and puffing, as I try and effectively rebuild a new SV round the dart without actually taking the core out. I've got absolutely no idea whether this is going to work, so this could be a complete and utter bust. First things first, I don't want to build it on the ground, so what we're going to do is we're going to lift up here. I'm going to use this solar panel up here as a kind of building zone here. I'm going to park it just about here, maybe over a little bit more, because what we'll be doing is building out towards the left. Now the next thing I'm going to need to do is turn off all the power, and I'm going to empty this ship. I've forgotten that. So next thing, UCH darts. Right, we're gonna have to empty out. I think actually I'm gonna put everything that was from the dart in here in the ammo box. In fact, I just had an idea. I think what I'm going to do is use the ammo box for the building process. So we're going to come in here. So it means I don't have to wade through all this stuff to see what I want. I don't think there's anything else here that I want. And of course, what we're going to have to do is connect to there. Because what I'm going to have to do first is take some things off of this. I have to make sure we retrieve as opposed to take the turret off the top, take the Gatling guns off, because they're definitely in the wrong place. And we're going to take the cockpit off as well. Now, what I want to do is rebuild around this core. What we're going to, I think we're take that off, that off, that off, that. In fact, I'm going to disassemble this side of the ship at the moment. The generator out. Keep sneaking out. I want to take the RCS out, and then I want to put it back in again. It's the damaged RCS. And put that right next to the core. What I want is the core in the center of the ship. And I think I'm going to have to kind of try and template this out a bit. So if you imagine that the core is in the cross. Now what I want to build is a ship that's got a, how can you say, an internal cabin for working on hostile planets. As I say, this is going to be very much making things up as I go along. And I've got absolutely no idea how this is going to work. I think I'll leave that one in there. We'll take off this bits here. Thruster's probably in the wrong place as well, so we'll take that out. We'll just take that little light off as well. Actually, we'll take off another row there. We'll take out, and our entire storage is going to be the ammo controller as well. We got that bit come out there. Now, how big a what size of ship would I need? Let's get rid of this. Kind of giving me a little bit of a. Now I want it to be wide enough for me to walk into. So let me just stand on this bit here. 3 is going to be a little bit narrow, isn't it? So we're probably going to need 5. I've got some. Oh yeah, we got a couple of these. Probably could do with a few more actually. constructor in. I can't do it there. I need the connector there, don't I? Oh, I never emptied the fridge on the dart. Oh, that's nearly a mistake. I could have ended up losing all that. That was a close run thing. Get back to here. What we'll do is I want some kind of shape underneath the ship as well. I don't want it to be too kind of bland. If we come in like that, and then that. Or will I just go for a flat bottom? I think I'm just going to go for a flat bottom actually. So we just. That would just give me more storage. Box. Yeah, actually, the ammo controller. So if we go for 1, 2, put the controller in the center. Now I know it would be a little bit exposed, but we could always put something underneath if I need it. We're gonna need some more these. I think I was gonna have to retrieve you. 2, 3. That. I'm actually holding my breath a little bit every time I do this. I'm half expecting the ship to disintegrate. Right, I'm going to put that there for the width. That is tilted back, which is going to be a bit of a pain in the neck. And I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. That's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 5. I think if we come to there, I'm going to need this to go flat now, and I take off the landing gear on this side. So we've got kind of a floor like that. We can put things onto. I think we've got 82 steel blocks. I think I've got a few more which I was making into constructor out. That can go there. And I think what we're going to do is flesh out some stuff now. Oops. With steel blocks. Should really put the symmetry plane on, but I think we'll be okay. Let me just put in that on that side. I mean, if I need to adjust things, I can always take it out again and make the necessary changes. And you can go that way. I'm going to leave that thruster in just for the moment. Might be in the right place actually. Oops. Now I'll just bring that out so I can show the edge. And then I want to come up. I think I'm now going to build the shape of the cockpit. Let me see. It's going to have to go up one more because I want to be able to have some headroom. You're going to come up like that. The huffing and puffing is starting. Would be the top of the ship, and I want to take an idea from Jeff Randall. In fact, I've got a couple of ideas I want from Jeff Randall, and that is the roof-mounted cockpit. Not cockpit. What am I on about? The roof-mounted and door, and also being able to get to the cockpit from the beginning. So next thing we're gonna just cancel that. Go to there. Change to instructor in. I need a couple of SV doors, 2 of those. We're going to change you to ammo box out. Okay. And we've got, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'd like to go out one more this way, so that the actual core is slightly towards the rear of the ship. If I put one more rubber blocks there, take off this bit here. Don't need this. Retrieve, I don't want to salvage. These are carbon, that's steel, that's okay. Take off the carbon composite. This is going to be the front of the ship, so just stick off this here. Oops. I like the idea of that being the thruster there. That can give me a symmetry of lift, and that would probably cover the extent of the ship. I think we're kind of come out 1, 2, 3 like that. I've got the thrusters. Put this back to player on this side. Ammo box, some thrusters. Got the manual doors. Got 1 hardened steel block, which I will treasure. Got the cockpit. No, I've got the one thing I was looking for, which I haven't got. So we're going to have to make another, what we call it. Another 5 of those. Rotate that over. I'd like to get, this is a 3x3. If I can get that in like that, that will kind of position the door. Now, get here, rotate you round, that'll give me the thruster there. And put you there. Now, I think I've only got the 1 hardened steel block, so I'm going to put that in there, and then we're going to put 1, 2, 3, and I think, let me think about this. Now, what I want is the cockpit out front of here. I think I'd like it to have a little bit of height, so I think we go 1, 2, 3. Whoops, no. Like that. Maybe we'll put a line of 3 under there so I can place the cockpit Let me just, what would I want? I've got cockpit 4 here. And maybe that would be, oh, okay, you can do it. I like that 3 high. That's 3 by 3 by 5. Actually, no, let's go with, I think we'll go with this cockpit, but nearly got it. So we'll put the cockpit there. What that means is that I can jump straight into the cockpit from there. Now, we have to try and level this ship up now. Well, we got a couple of lift thrusters. And we got one lateral thruster on this side. Got a down thruster there. So if I put a one there, we'll just put a braking thruster in there. And a forward thruster there. I mean, these aren't for permanent use. These are just for me to be able to balance things. I suppose I've taken out the generator, haven't I? Just see. Generator missing. We got the fuel tank still in here. We've still got a little bit of fuel in here, I think, as well. Oh, we've still got a lot of fuel in here. Okay, let me just take out... Now, we'll leave the fuel in for the moment. I just need to put the generator back on. This could be fun. Put the generator back on. We can shove it anywhere we want at the moment because I'll just take it all off again. On. Is that good enough? Is that level? Could probably do with moving it forward a little bit. So maybe it's overhanging the... I mean, I'll be completely honest, I'm unlikely to finish this in this part, but I'd like to get the main framework done. Turn the power off. And I suppose we better take off the salvage, retrieve. That's good enough work. Take off that bit there, that bit there. Kind of take off some of these bits as well. Take you off, you off, you off. I'll leave the thrusters for the moment, just in case I need them. Do something. Take you off because you're probably in the wrong place. So we've now kind of got the main structure in place. I mean, it's going to be quite big, isn't it? What's this? What's the GPU at the moment? 6,000. We're okay. Though we've got nothing on it, but that's beside the point. Now, how many have I got here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We've got here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. What I could probably do with is another 3. Oh, we got them on the bottom. Anyway, we go 1, 2, 3, 4. To be 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We got that on. I think we've got the main length. But what I'd like to do is put in a block here and then a kind of half block here. I put a half block at the back there, and then we're apologies if you hear any background noise at the moment. It sounds like we're just about to have a delivery. It won't line up, so what we're going to have to do is do the floor first. Solid blocks out. We'll kind of come back with a solid floor this far, and I want the visual effect to be the same, so put you there, and we'll put a half block there and there. It's getting dark, so we better put the light on. And hopefully what I should be able to do now is that the right way up? Difficult to tell, isn't it? So that will be a little bit, or shall I turn that round and put it on this edge? I think we're going to turn that round. So it's on the, I'm just going to retrieve that. Manual door. I think that would be better. That will now give me this area here. And I think I'm going to come out like that. And put you underneath there. That gives me a working floor. Of course, what we're going to be doing is putting down this side, along the sides here, key things that we're going to need for the ship, like the fuel tank. Although the fuel tank could probably do with being out. I mean, it could probably do with a bigger fuel tank actually. What I will do is hook out the fridge. Oops, there. Obviously, we've got to pick up the. I mean, these are only small fuel tanks. I wouldn't mind a bigger fuel tank actually. Well, then again, I could put two small fuel tanks, one on each side. I think we'll put the fridge and go. Let's put the fridge there. But that would be good. How much storage have we got now? Quick look. An auto group. We got ammo box. At the moment we've got storage for 2,300. I could probably expand that over time. We got that bit there. We got the storage there. And what I need to do now. I mean, have I unlocked the bigger, larger fuel tank? Something tells me I prefer a larger fuel tank. This has got a capacity of 300. This has got a capacity of 600. Yeah, I think we're going to take that out, and we're just gonna I don't know, two small fuel tanks are the equivalent as one large one. So if I retrieve that, and then we'll go to here, flip to constructor in, and come to here. What we'll do is we'll make one large, one small, another one small, and then just kind of tuck these in behind the what we call it, I think these thrusters would be okay, but I take out that steel block there, that steel block there. Just kind of strip everything away from here now. Leave that. Now, I don't want the ship to be massively wide, so what we could do is bring this up, say for argument's sake, like we get a profile like this, put this there, but then something like that, and that can go on this side as well. Whoops. And we'll you off here. The ammo box, the fuel cell. Where's the bigger one? Oh, there it is. And what we'll do is behind here, put on the I mean, it's not a massive capacity, but it's always, we can always rebuild things. Generators now. We've got the larger generators. I think generator wise, because this is going to be a much bigger ship, I think we're going with proper size generators as well. Hopefully we'll be able to build them. What's it here? We're going to make 2 of those. What's the CPU going? We're up to 6,000 and we haven't quite yet built anything in. What else we want to put in here? We got the fridge, we got a cargo box. I mean, eventually I would like to put other equipment in here, but I don't really want to put in anything more than necessary at the moment. So this is like a bit of a hybrid in the sense of the future, we're going to need oxygen tanks and an oxygen capability as well. That's something that's just occurred to me. So we need we want to be able, because another reason I want this is to be able to go up in space. And this is another reason for the interior cabin, because what I should be able to do is, how can you say, oh, take the armor locker as well. I wouldn't mind a constructor, could be useful, but what I want to be able to do is in space is to be able to stand in here and mine asteroids. So we've got that there. Oops, don't want that. So we're going to need structure in. Got that there. We're certainly going to need an HV armor locker, but we got the wireless connectors got to go in. We've got that already. I would like at least 2 oxygen tanks, and if I can find it, an O2 station. So I need to get that in. I thought, oh, okay. I need some food as well. Fridge. Just pop some. Like actually, we got plenty of fuel. Just had a bit of a nasty thought with respect to. And we need to get the generators in. I think we can put. I put the generators in front of the fuel tanks. We got the 2 generators, or should I put the generators above? I think maybe we'll put the generators above the fuel tanks. It's a bit risky, but to be honest, if we get into serious trouble with this ship, we're going to be in serious trouble. There's no point pretending otherwise. We got fridge, we got that there. I want to kind of build around this symmetry point if possible, because then if I want to shorten the ship, I can do it. I think what I would like to do is I'm going to take out that one and put in something there. Actually, take out the one above there and one there. I need 1, 2, 3 more constructor in. We're going to need 3 more these. 1, 2, 3. Oh, this is, why have I got spoiled food in my constructor in? Okay, ammo box. We need the O2 station. We need that, and we need the O2 tanks. Again, for symmetry purposes, I think we can put. I think I'm inclined to leave this open so that we can add things out if necessary. What we'll do is we'll put the O2 tank there. And we'll put you there, you there, you there. I might do exactly the same on here, but that would, no, I think that figures this. That gives me a little bit of space on this side, which is going to be opposite the fridge. But I think we can put that in there. That would be the armor locker. The O2 station is like a, put that there. I mean, I could come up and above with these container controllers should I need it. The other thing I wouldn't mind is a, whoops, don't want that. A sudden thought is, of course, see what else we need. We don't, shield generator would be brilliant, but we're certainly going to need, wouldn't mind some bigger thrusters if like it was possible. Armored cockpit would be even better. I'm worried about that. CPU extender. Can I make a curiosity? Let me see if I can make a CPU extender should I need it. But it's going to drain a lot of my resources. I'm not going to go for that just yet. Okay, what else do I need to put into here? We need the spotlight. I need the detector. We need the wireless controller as well. We need enough width on the top to be able to support a turret as well. I think what we'll do is we'll put you on that side, you on that side like that. This looks a little bit too much. We're kind of getting the main essentials in. What I need now is to try and fill in some of this extra, or not fill in the extra space. I want to kind of shape the interior a little bit and possibly the exterior. I'm going to try this out. If I retrieve that block there and that block there, and then say for argument's sake we flip this round for that. I don't want it to look too blocky. So if we cut that round like that, you've got the thruster there. If I for argument's sake, I put kind of inclined to shape this in a little bit, the front here, so that we don't have to have a massive thickness here to defend the front of the ship. So if I do something like that, then we can have something up. Do one side and see what it looks like. Need to know what this is going to look like coming back this way as well. Let's just build in this bit at the top here. That won't hook to that door, will it? Yes, it will. Thank you. Put one over here. That. And then I put in, that might be too steep, isn't it? Although I'd like a substantial block here, because this is the type of area where we will take damage. So I'd be cheeky and put, if I can. Well, that's good. That would give a bit of extra protection to the cockpit here, and that would kind of blend it in a little bit. Now the back of the ship could come down oops. Looking for is that block, but it won't perch on there, I can guarantee it. All I have to do is put in that. I'm looking for is that one. And then I'm wondering whether, no, I want the height, because I've had enough problems with tricky cockpits anyway. So actually, if I take that out there, retrieve that block there, and then if we go to there, whoops, go to here, that will kind of drop it off the back like that. That's going to kind of, things a little bit messy there though, isn't it? Let's see, can I walk underneath that? Now that block is obstructing me getting in, so that's no good. To take that out. I need to do a bit more work on that. This bit is good. You can get straight in and out of the cockpit. So the back of the ship needs work done on it. And I've just... where time is moving on, so what I'm going to do is we've got this interior kind of half sorted out. We've got O2 tanks and an armor locker, and we've got this kind of area here that I can work on. I think what I'm going to do is I've got a few we got some carbon composite blocks, so I think just to try and lighten the ship up a little bit, I think we're just gonna what I will do now is I actually use the symmetry plane. So we'll just get off here in symmetry plane. Key tip: don't try and set the symmetry plane when you've got an active block. I think that would be it. We'll just take that out there. That'll give me that bit going back that way, and then I can, oops, no, I'll put a little block in like that. Now again, I can adjust this should I need it. I'm just kind of using the carbon composite blocks at the moment as a way of just showing. If we put in one there, one there, one there, that kind of fills in this area here. And I think we'll just run the carbon composite across the top so that I can get a feel for the height. I've just used it all up. Okay, that's good enough. A little bit of a gap there, but I can fill that in. Running out of food. Perhaps another snack. It'd be a bit ironic if I... Okay, let me just jump out so I can see from use the... It's a pretty ugly looking ship. We've got to think about thrusters. I'd probably like the thrusters. Let me see. I mean, I'm not going to stand at the back of the ship that much, am I? So we could probably... We'll try the thrusters in... We have the big thrusters. We're probably going to need more than that, actually, but... I think we're... If I put the thrusters in really low down, then we can put possibly another one above. In fact, I probably could do with 4 thrusters, couldn't I? So this ship's getting bigger and bigger by the moment. Let me just see. Constructor in. Oh, we got to put the wireless in. As have I put the wireless in? I can't remember. Two of those. We got the wireless adapter in. We got the scanner. Let's have a look. We're still at 6,000. My instinct is to put the tier 2 so that we can... We got 1,800, but My instinct is to put the tier 2 CPU in now so that I've got more flexibility going forward. In fact, I think I am going to do that. So this is where it tells me it can't make it. I'm going to put the CPU that in. I'm going to make that. It's going to take a little while to shape this in, isn't it? We can do a little bit of work on the front. What would I want to do at the front? I probably would bring out, I don't know. Let me just think. What if I can do the front? I might get an idea for what I actually want, because we're going to need to put a spotlight on. That would give me an idea for the overall length of the ship. If we put a solid cube in, say, just in front like that. My instinct is to come down half block like that. And then, yeah, I think I could do this, couldn't I? Put you there, and you there. That would give a slightly daggered effect to the front of the ship. And I've got a spotlight, haven't I? That makes it a little bit more elegant, doesn't it? Now I've got the front on. The proportions look reasonable. And I think what we probably could do is just reinforce this back, the whole area here. I mean, we got thrusters there. My instinct is to take out that block there on each side. There. That's correct, isn't it? Yep. And then we'll make sure they're the right way round. And we'll put you annoying. Take off that one. That give me 4 lift thrusters on that side there. And I think if we put a thruster on each side like that, that would be down thrusters. And because that will work on the center line, we can put another one further up here should we need it. Because of course I've got to remember to put the thrusters in. But there's another big question is, are we going to put wings on this thing? So we got the lift thrusters, the forward thrusters. We got some down thrusters. The only thing we haven't got is braking thrusters. I really hate having thrusters on the front because that's always where the AI shoots at you. Let me just we got some more steel blocks. Let me just flesh in the front of the ship. I think we're going to stick with what we got here for the moment. Coming forward, I mean, it'll probably all change later on, but and we're just put you there and you there. Does that actually affect my visibility? thought so. A little bit. I know you can't see it, but I think it'll work. If it doesn't, I'll change it. So we've got that there. We've got 9 more blocks. I'm aware time is pushing on. So I think what I'm going to do is, I just think just to finish off this video, I want to kind of encircle the what we call it. Oops, nope. The rooftop entry. If we get in one on that side, one on that side, and we've got enough for this. So if we rotate that there, like that, that creates the top entry. What I've got to do now is find the block that fits in there. I can never find it. Is that the one? Let me just actually, we need a block over here. So that should complete this. Sun's just coming up. Is that the one I'm looking for? I think it could be. I can rotate it into the right position. Well, we'll go for it and see what it looks like. Yeah, so we, and of course I've run out of blocks. That's annoying. Right. Structure in, I want 30 of those. Yeah, I think I can live with that. Ammo box. Let's see it. Can't see. Put it there. That should be it. Right, the game doesn't want to put these in individually, so what I'll do is just turn this off and I'll place them individually so that they actually look, that doesn't look, does that look right? I think it does. Step in here. Sometimes it can be really difficult to see what you're trying to do. I think that's done it. It's just need to rotate these two in now to do it. That's the wrong way around. It's no good. That's completely wrong. Well, I think I'll do those off camera because I'm aware time is pushing on. So I think just to let you guys have the feel for what I'm trying to do is we'll kind of come out this way on each side like this. And I've come too far, my finger stuttered. And come here, pick up some more of these. And just have a put the true plane back on very briefly and speed this up a little bit. And we'll actually, I think we'll come forward the full width of the cockpit, but we're only come like that. Actually, yeah, we could come like that, and then we could come down the side of the cockpit and match the cockpit as well, like that. Actually, just realised this is starting to look a little bit like the Merc. I think this is starting to look a little bit like the MX-5, but then again, I suppose that's the nature of when you're doing something. It's kind of, that's the way it shapes up, I suppose. Is that you could come like that, or I think maybe we'll come like that, and then we're a few more blocks, and then this kind of flattens out a little bit, doesn't it? So probably put in, yeah, that would work. And we've only got one block left. So I could just put that in and upgrade it, but I think that'd be just a bit silly. And I think it's taking up shape now. And I think that actually gives me enough space. Let me just try that. Or oh, look at that. It gives me space for the turret. Yes, I'm liking that. We've got the turret on the top. And technically, I suppose 1, 2, 3, we could put a rear turret on as well. So we'd have a forward-facing turret and a rear-facing turret as well. That could be great. Put the CPU extender in. Don't need the small generator. Just going to drop this CPU extender on. I think because I've got the, I put the core on that wall there. I think what we will do is take out there, and we'll put the CPU X. And what we'll do is we'll put the CPU extender in there, so I can see it, and that should give me an extra block. Like that, and then what we'll do is we'll just drop that on there. No, actually, I think we'll come like that and come out with 2 layers of blocks and pick up the theme from there. In fact, I could probably change this, couldn't I? No, I think that will work. It will just come out like that and come forward with another half block, and then we can slant down. Although what we could do is drop down like that, so that we've got a center panel of 3 and then something else dropping down this way. Of course, we need to shape in underneath the front of the ship. But of course, we got to put in our braking thrusters. I think the braking thrusters are going to be back about here, I think. I don't like that. Just going to take those off on each side now. Oh, there's only one on this side anyway. Yeah, I think we'll have to bring this theme through and across as well. Anyway, I'm aware that I'm going way over time, so this is where I'm going to leave it. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Hope you found it interesting. What I will most likely do is a little bit of work on the ship off camera. I don't want this to spread over too many parts, but if you've got any suggestions about what I need to do, feel free to chuck it in the comments. And until next time, whatever you do, enjoy your gaming.